Gentlemen, let's talk about modern marriage, where one text from an ex can turn your wife into a Tinder supermodel overnight. And here's the kicker. Studies show over 30% of women in relationships admit to using a dating app behind their partner's back. This isn't about love. It's about power, validation, and how quickly loyalty can vanish. If you think a ring guarantees respect, buckle up. This story proves otherwise. Hey gang, and welcome back to the sacred halls of Magic's Monologue, where truth doesn't whisper. It roars. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and unapologetic reality checks. Today's video, she made a tender after his ex text cheating or payback. But before we dig into this wild ride, connect with me on Locals at magicsmonologue.locals.com and over on X at Magic's Monologue. I'm building my tribe there too. She caught one polite message from his ex. So what did she do? She made a Tinder profile, threw up cleavage pics, and pulled in 100 thirsty dudes in 1 hour. Gentlemen, this isn't love. This is emotional terrorism. Let's begin the journey. My wife made a Tinder profile after messaging from my ex. A few days ago, an ex from years ago reached out to me on LinkedIn. I replied politely, just twice, making sure it was clear that I'm happily married and wishing her well. She sent a follow-up message telling me, your wife is lucky to have a man like you. I responded, actually, I'm lucky to have my wife. Oh, you're going to regret those words. My wife saw those messages, and she said she felt humiliated by the exchange. In response, she created a Tinder profile with some revealing photos and almost immediately got over 100 likes. She also started adding men on Facebook. When I told her this felt like emotional cheating, she argued, no, it isn't, because you humiliated me. Slap to the back of the head. Buddy, wake the fuck up. This is, well, many things. Which, stay with me to the end because I'll cover all of it. For now, this is emotional manipulation, and you should never tolerate this because it's an opening salvo in a rocket launch rain of shite. She went on saying things like, at least these men appreciate me, and if they think I'm sexy, I'll make myself available to them. Slap to the back of the head. That was a declaration of war. Your marriage is over. She insists that it's not cheating because, in her words, I didn't talk to those guys. But I countered with it's still cheating because everyone seeing her on Tinder thinks she's single. Even a friend of mine found her profile and asked if our marriage was over. For the past 3 days, I've tried to talk to her, but every time she shuts me down or said something harsh, turning the blame back on me. She says, no, I don't regret it. Let's first talk about what you did. Slap to the back of the head. What you should be doing is talking to a lawyer, dummy. One of her friends claimed that she was just acting out of anger, which honestly seems messed up to me. That's because it is. But her words are starting to feel toxic. Oh, that's because they are toxic. This is also why you pay attention to who her friends are. If they are toxic, single, bags of defecation, then she knowingly accepts who they are and their value systems. These are the women who will be whispering in her ear during your relationship and most likely trying to sabotage it. Now she says, if you don't accept this, I want a divorce. Today, I told her if you really want a divorce, then just do it. She replied, okay, then I'll just go make more mistakes again because of your words. I feel totally lost and have no idea what to do next. Okay, so following up is a series of updates. Update 1. I forgot to mention, she's been praising her ex-husband lately. She says things like, at least he proposed to me in a romantic way and even filmed it, and at least he was a real man. Oh, wow. All because I talked to my ex? Now she says, yeah, he never even looked at another woman, which I don't get. Yeah, because it's her ex, I wonder why. Last Tuesday, I received some life-changing good news, a really important personal win. I thought she might celebrate with me. Oh my God, you're worse than Charlie Brown kicking the football with Lucy. Maybe go out to dinner or give me a small gift. But she ignored it completely. Today I told her, when it was your ex, you made effort, bought him gifts and boxing packages. For me, you just go on Tinder. Update 2. She told me I'm going to fix myself up, so when other men see me, they'll just think, yeah, I want to sleep with her. Update 3. Now she's even trying to log into my email and social accounts. I'm not sure what she's looking for. She keeps telling me all day, you're really ugly. If you only knew what my exes look like, you'd feel insecure. Update number 4. She spent all day today walking around the house on the phone with a friend telling her how awful I am and how everything is my fault. At one point, I talked to her friend myself and explained that what had been happening, especially the stuff about other men. My wife snatched my phone away and told me I was crazy and needed to act normal. Guys, is this the behavior of a strong man or a serious beta? Once again, I try to explain that I consider what she did to be cheating. She just tells me, you're only good at pointing out what I did wrong. What about you? But when I asked her to tell me what I actually did wrong, she goes silent. Yeah, because she can't. At this point, I'm basically ignoring her because she genuinely doesn't seem to understand the damage she's caused. This is the latest update. Some people are finally making things clear for me. About freaking time. Right now, I'm ignoring her completely. I blocked her everywhere. Phone, WhatsApp, social media. I'm sleeping downstairs on the couch because I don't want to share a bed with her. I just feel lost and I don't know what to do next. Well, that's obvious, my brother. All right, gentlemen, buckle up because this one's a masterclass in how to set your balls on fire and then act surprised when you smell smoke. So here's our poor sap, married man, minding his business, and ex slides into his LinkedIn like she's trying to sell him insurance. Dude responds politely, nothing shady, even flexes his I'm happily married badge. Innocent, right? Wrong. His wife goes full WWE heel turn, fires up Tinder, and drops cleavage bombs, racks up 100 thirsty likes in under an hour, and then says, this isn't cheating. Excuse me? That's like saying you didn't rob a bank because you only pointed the gun at a teller. See, guys, here's the reality. Women test. They test for your strength, your boundaries, and if they're toxic, they test how much humiliation you'll eat before you grow a spine. His wife, she's not testing, she's nuking. She's pulling the classic female deception trick. Emotional sleight of hand. You talk politely to your ex. Suddenly, she's justified to go fishing for male validation from every Chad within 50 miles. This isn't about humiliation. This is about leverage. Noticed the script. She praises her ex-husband in front of him. Translation: I want you insecure and on the defensive. She ignores his personal win, dismisses his achievement. Translation: your value doesn't matter here. She tells him he's ugly and says her exes were better looking. Let me translate that one more time. I'm dangling abandonment over your head. That's not a wife, guys. That's a psychological terrorist with an iPhone. And here's the bitter pill. This is the fate of many men who marry single moms or women already pre-programmed by failed relationships. She didn't come to you with a clean slate, my guy. She came with a Rolodex of comparisons and a built-in excuse machine. And modern society, gynocentrism all the way. Oh, and she's just angry. She's just hurt. Bro, if you opened a Tinder profile in retaliation, you'd be sleeping in your car and signing divorce papers in triplicate. Men, take note. When a woman uses her sexuality as a weapon against you, the marriage is already dead. You don't fix this. You don't negotiate with emotional terrorists. You don't sit her down for a PowerPoint presentation about loyalty. You walk, because every second you stay, you're teaching her, yes, baby, please treat me like a doormat. Matter of fact, stomp a little harder this time on my balls because I like it. My brother, stop blocking her on WhatsApp like you're some teenager in a Snapchat fight. Call a freaking lawyer, protect your assets, and move on. She's already moved out of the marriage emotionally, and the second she hit create profile on Tinder, you're just the last guy at the party wondering why the lights are off. To the rest of my brothers watching this, remember this mantra: a woman who disrespects you in public will betray you in private. And once she starts comparing you with the ghosts of her ex, you're not her husband anymore. You're just the chump she keeps around until the next best option comes a knocking. Gentlemen, don't marry women who need male attention like oxygen. Because if you do, sooner or later, you'll be suffocating while she's out there gulping validation like it's a Vegas buffet. And trust me, once she's on Tinder, it's not if she cheats, it's when. If this hit home, don't just sit with it. Hit the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll never miss the truth bombs I drop here. Share this with at least 3 men who need to wake up and rise up. That's how we build this channel, one solid brother at a time. Got a story that needs to be told? A link that made your jaw drop? Email me at stories@magicsmonologue.com. Let's expose the madness and drop some clarity. You're not just watching, you're leading by example, helping other men elevate with wisdom, purpose, and unshakable standards. You're not alone, and you're not crazy. And if you're still hungry for more, men, wake up to the feminist trap. Women demand independence, then cry for protection. Click right here to watch the next video, Men Are Done Protecting You, a must-watch reaction video. And that's coming up right now. Until next time.